All right, here we go. Colston was the one that didn't make it to the end there. He had a concussion, but everyone else, for the most part, made it through that game. But disappointing result tonight. Our guys fought the entire way, just like they have all season long. I thought, this was very much like our team has been. And you got to give the Rams credit. Coach McVay does a phenomenal job. Coach Shula did a great job with their defense this week, and they ended up making a couple more plays than we did, and that's why ended up going into overtime, and they ended up coming out on top. And so, like I said, disappointing result. Our guys are feeling it right now. They all believed, man. They all believed all year long that we could find a way to win each and every week, and so it's disappointing like that. But I am proud of the group. It's a special group. I said that a few weeks ago. I believe that to my core. That when you're with a group of men for the last time in the locker room, and it's just not going to be the same going forward. That. I appreciate all of them, the men and the women, coaches, players, support staff, everybody that had a role this season. It was a special year, and this will be hopefully a feeling in this locker room that we won't forget, and we'll be able to use it as fuel going forward. But with that, I'll go ahead and open it up.
How do you describe the difficulty and the suddenness of this ending for that group?
Yeah. It's the NFL, right? You make it to the tournament like this, and the moment we knew we had to win 4 in a row to actually feel good at the end of the thing, and we didn't get that done, and so this is what happens: is it ends abruptly, and for the young players in the room, it's like, okay, well, we come in tomorrow and we go through the exit process, and then we go on, and. But the veteran leadership has been outstanding all year long. Those guys are a key part of what we've done. All those guys in that line, I mean, they've all played significant roles in us getting here to this point. And so, it ends quickly, and that's life in this league.
Ben, what did you think of the throw Caleb made at the end, backpedaling at the 40-yard line?
The fourth down to tie it up, ridiculous. That's ridiculous. I mean, you talked about that 4th and 8 from last week and how outstanding that was, and I think this one was probably even another level ahead of that. So there's some things that you just can't coach. He's got that about him. He's got a knack. He's clutch. He does so many good things. He's an eraser. I have plenty of bad calls each and every week, and he helps make it right for me. And I know he's feeling it because we didn't win and have some turnovers mixed in there, and he's feeling it. But he's one of those guys I'm talking about. We'll remember this feeling, and he's going to be stronger for it.
Did you give much consideration to going for 2 there?
Thought about it, yeah. Thought about it. Probably what played a little bit of a factor was, our goal-to-go situations hadn't gone very clean. Our inside the 5 plan hadn't worked out quite like we had hoped, and so just felt better about taking our chances there in overtime.
And what was your viewpoint on the last interception from Caleb, going through his lens and the route that?
I'll have to see it. I stand behind the defense a little bit, so I did see space. I saw grass, and then the guy. I didn't see that defender from my perspective, and so I'll have to see it. But I did think as the play was going on, I was like, oh crap, we got something. But great play by that player.
Then how do you make sure that the special feelings you guys have now can carry over to something tangible next season?
Yeah, that'll be something that next season's next season. I mean, it's a whole different group. It's a whole different chapter. It's we'll have to write a whole brand new story, and so. That's the thing about this is you put in all this work and you sacrifice and you trust the people around you, and you can't take any shortcuts. So I wish I could say that this is momentum from year one, we'll take it. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. And I honestly, I don't even want to talk about next year yet. There'll be a time and a place for it, but we're still hurting. We had a great opportunity here this year to make a name for ourselves, and I'm proud that we were able to get to this point, and still disappointed that we fell short.
How do you assess what Caleb is right now, where you see these phenomenal plays that you can't coach, but you and him both talk a lot about a significant list of things where he can still improve and get a lot better?
Yeah, I mean, he's gotten so much better over the course of the season. I can say that from being the play caller. The coaching staff would say that. I think his teammates would tell you the same thing. He's going to continue to ascend. His comfort level in what we were doing has gotten better each and every week. There's plays every week that go from us talking about over the course of the week, and he just brings it to life on game day. So I'm very encouraged about where he's at. I think we're going to be able to watch this tape from this first year together, and I expect us to really learn from a lot of things and be better next year.
And what do you think about the defensive effort today? A lot of people wonder how would Stafford could do this defense, but they really came.
Yeah, no, I thought that's the shame. That's part of the shame. I mean, our defense played their tails off. They did. I thought they did a great job. That's the number one offense in football, both yards and points. And I thought Dennis and the defensive coaching staff, they had a great plan. They got weapons all over the place on the perimeter, but also that running game is very efficient and it can wear on you. And so they pose a lot of problems, and yet our guys did a nice job taking the plan, bringing it to life. I thought they played with great emotion. I thought they played hard throughout that game, and they certainly had us in it the whole time.
You mentioned the troubles, like the Gold Coast situation didn't go the way you wanted to. Do you feel like that was an execution issue on your guys' part, or do you feel like that's something they were doing on defense, or some sort of mixture of the two?
I'll go back and look at that tape. I don't know that I was necessarily surprised by anything from what they were doing, but once again, they play very sound. They play violent. We've been saying that all week, particularly about their front, and they did a good job. They earned that, and we didn't.
Ben, Caleb is typically careful with the ball. Is it something that the Rams were doing, or just is it kind of jitters for him, or what do you attribute it to?
No, I mean, I would go back and I'll look at all three interceptions, but no, I thought I didn't think he had any jitters or anything like that. I thought he was the normal Caleb that I've grown accustomed to, and like I said, those guys made plays and we didn't.
And how did you arrive at your decision on the left side of the line, and how did you feel like that worked out?
Yeah, I mean, a big part of that was predicated on you get going in the tape, and you see a guy like Verse on their side, and the type of rusher that he is. He's very powerful. He's very violent. He was that way coming out of college, and that's translated to the NFL, and it showed up all over the tape where he's taking tackles and just driving them straight back on the quarterback's lap. And we wanted to we just thought Joe had a great anchor, and he was going to be able to help us in that regard. And so credit to him. Of course, he's done it, and he's willing to do whatever is necessary to help the team win. So got a great group like that. Yep, thank you.
Awesome. Let's get it going.
On that final throw, interception, what did you see? What did you expect to happen?
Yeah, I gotta go back and watch it. Obviously, haven't seen it and don't really know. But from in the moment, saw the front side safety down, the front side of the concept. Ended up getting hemmed up a little bit, and so moved on and had DJ going over top over all of it. Just a miscommunication between him and I. Tried to flatten him off under the safety, and he kept it vertical from what I saw on obviously in the moment.
How do you describe the suddenness of this and being on this joyride and it's over?
Yeah, it's tough. Being in that locker room, the best moments is being in that locker room after games and after wins, and being with the guys that you all have a common goal. You all sacrifice family time, and things like that, and all that you sacrifice to be in this position, to be in those moments. And so it's tough. And so, in these moments, you feel that you let your team down, or you feel that you know this or that, and it's a good lesson learned for us. First time being in this situation for me and for us as a team, and I'm excited for what's to come. But obviously, going to go back and watch this and figure out how I can be better, and that's the exciting part.
Caleb, on the tying touchdown pass, when you are scrambling for 10+ yards with your back to it, what are you thinking during that time? Do you have any idea what you're going to see when you turn around?
I end up getting a little bit pressure, and so try and break contain and just break angles and slow those guys down so that when I do turn around, I can have a little bit more time possibly to be able to find somebody. And they did a good job containing me, and so I just gained a little bit more depth. And I saw Cole one-on-one over there with everybody else on the other side, at least near the goalpost. I understanding that 14 was on him. He's a little bit smaller guy, and Cole's obviously a 6 foot tight end and things like that. So I just wanted to give him my best ball and give him a shot. Understand it's 4th down and kind of game on the line. Well, was game on the line.
Can you appreciate? I know it's tough now, obviously, with how important is the win or loss. Can you appreciate what you did with that throw and what Cole did and just the moment you provided?
Yeah, it was cool in the moment, but I will say I can appreciate the organization, the city of Chicago. I can appreciate the sacrifice, the growth that we've had as a team, and I can appreciate the growth that I've had, the trust that I've built with Ben and the other my other teammates and things like that. So those are probably the things that I can appreciate.
Caleb, did you think that you would have another I was just going to say, after that play, did you think, here we are engineering another comeback, and, did you kind of envision how this is going to end, because you guys had so many comebacks this season?
Yeah, you obviously, you want to be on the better side of it, so you're envisioning, all good things, and the moment, you're envisioning, going out and winning and putting up the game-winning either field goal or touchdown and things like that. So, yeah, you envision it, especially after that moment. You want to, like I said, you want to have those positive things in your mind in those moments to be able to go out there and try and win a game.
Caleb, what did all of these late comebacks all season? What does this mean for next year? What does this mean for what you can do? Do you think of it as momentum, or is every year its own thing?
Every year it's its own thing, but I will say the core of this team, the young players, obviously the players that have some longer contracts and things like that. We got a good core that the organization's done a good job of building, and so the growth that we've had and things like that is going to be enjoyable. We're going to be here for a little bit, and so I'm excited about it. I'm excited about the growth. I'm excited about being able to go back and watch this. I'm excited about being able to get back and next year being able to learn more than I did this year and keep growing, and us as a team and organization to be able to keep growing.
You mentioned the trust that you built up with Ben.
Mm-hmm.
How do you describe the strength of where your relationship is versus where it was when you walked in the building in April?
Yeah, it's grown tremendously, and that's something that I wanted to do. That's something that was very important for me, because I want to be here for a while, and I know he wants to be here for a while, and just being able to attack our relationship and bond and trust between each other was really important for us to be able to help be in this position as a team, and to be able to be in this position many times in the future.
Caleb, with the way the fans and the whole city really was just buzzing about you and the team this season, what was it all like this year for you in Chicago? Yeah,
it was awesome. It was a really fun year. One of my more fun years of being able to play football, between the growth, the hard times, the good times, and just being able to be in the locker room with the guys that we had and the guys that are going to be here. And so I'm excited. I'm proud of our guys. I appreciate the city of Chicago. I appreciate Chicago Bears, the organization, and I truly appreciate the coaches and their sacrifice, and obviously my teammates.
What happened on the play where you hit your hand on the pass rusher's arm on the first drive?
Yeah, ended up getting a little bit of pressure, and I got to go back and watch, but to see if I could complete it or anything like that. But got my hand hit, and my hands are right. I don't know if that's what you're. Yeah, my hands are. Yeah, hands are right.
Your quarterback's lens, how did you start the elements tonight? Obviously, you're both dealing
Yeah.
with it, trying to figure out what the ice is doing and everything else.
Yeah, the elements weren't a factor for me. Practicing it every day, I'm in it every single day, and so wasn't a factor for me. And we just got to find ways to make plays.
You're very outwardly composed right now. What do you feel like on the inside after the way that game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a frustration. It's a fire, and those are the two words that I go with. So I'm excited though. Also, obviously, not happy about the outcome. Obviously, frustrated about the outcome. But that's over with, and I can't go back and change it. And so, I'm going to go back and watch. Figure out how I can be better for the near future, and help this organization get to where we want to be.
You talked about us excited for the future. What tangible steps can you take to make sure that you guys get this momentum back, start a new momentum back?
Yeah, got to go and watch some film and talk to coach, and then from there it's just work on accuracy, work on my feet in the off season. It's get with the receivers and work with them and things like that throughout the off season, so that we're on the same page. We're starting off hot, for training camp OTAs and then going into next season. Awesome, the Bears.